It seems to me that the only conversation about writing that seems to be going on, apart from writer drama, online these days, is how much money you can make. Or more specifically, those videos that go on about, oh, use AI and make this money really quick, blah, 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 with writing your book. And so I'm here to tell you that writing is not a get rich quick scheme. But if you're prepared to listen along, it can be a way that you can make decent money actually writing your own stories instead of getting AI to do it for you. If you're at all interested, then listen along. I admit I'm a little peeved. I've already made 3 videos today, and that was all I was going to do. My regular viewers will know that I quite often batch content so I can be in advance and make sure that this channel's content stays consistent. However, I got really annoyed when I saw yet another email, or actually, no, it was a video that came up on my For You page about how you just need to do this, that, and the other with these AI, and you can have your book out in a week, or you could be making money in a day, and all this other crap. And I don't know why YouTube keeps referring them to me, but I've got this sneaky suspicion it's because the YouTube algorithm thinks that is writing content, and it isn't. So I need to dispel a few of these clickbaity title crap and actually tell you the truth of what it's like to make money as an author. Full disclaimer, I have made a full-time income as a full-time author for over 11 years. So I know it's possible. To make that income, I write 7 days a week, 365 days of the year. I do my best to write a minimum of 3,000 words every single day, typing with my arthritic hands or dictating with my little hoo flicky on the days that it's too cold and my hands hurt. It is work, my friends, but the stories I put out are mine. They come from my head, not the regurgitated rubbish that comes from an AI. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, but Lisa, AI is the tool of the future. It's just like when the typewriter came out or the word processor. And no, it's not. Because do you know what AI is? AI is a thief. AI took 93 of my titles and scraped them for one of their large language models. Meta's, in case you're interested. Meta signed an agreement with a pirate site and scraped all of their titles to train AI. And 93 books of mine were included. That was just the English versions. They also took French and German. So what you get when you use AI is regurgitated words from another author who slogs their guts out like I do. However, we're not talking about that. We need to talk about the money. Now, if these videos are to be believed, apparently all you need to do is basically go in and then you ask ChatGPT or similar for an idea about a book, blah, 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 blah. And it provides you with an outline. And then you ask it to fill in those outlines and actually write your chapters for you. Da, 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 da. Yes, apparently you can just sit there chatting to the ChatGPT or Claude or whoever else, and it's going to generate this book for you. Wonderful. Then all you need to do is go over to Midjourney, type in another prompt, get this awesome cover, make sure there's no hands showing, because we all know that Midjourney and any AI visual content is really useless on hands, but you can get a suitably done cover for your book, and then you slap it up onto Amazon and then just watch the millions flow into your bank account. It is the biggest load of cobswallop I've ever heard. Oh, for goodness sake. For one thing, let me tell you, AI is extremely repetitive. And it has gotten to the point that many readers now can pinpoint when a book is written by AI. It repeats itself over and over. It starts chapters the same. It uses specific words and phrases that are repeated not just in the book that you've tippy-tappied your way through on AI, but every other person who has used AI to write their stories alongside you. So your work is repeated content. It's also stolen content. But even if it manages to cobble together a decent enough story, where are the readers going to come from? You see, most of these places that talk about using AI, and admittedly, they don't do it a lot with fiction, but they do stress it a lot more with nonfiction. But even with fiction, the biggest genres in in fiction is romance. Romantasy is becoming a big thing. Fantasy novels and dystopian novels, sci-fi dystopian novels, are also very common amongst people who write with AI. And that is because they're just the trends. They're just what people want to read these days. And that's where the issue lies. And this is what stops an AI author getting sales. It's because those markets are flooded with other people who had the same idea you did to write a novel with ChatGPT and slap it up on Amazon. Now, the thing is, there's nothing against it. It's not illegal. Amazon clearly states that you can use AI content to write your work and to do your covers. They simply ask that you tick a box in the upload process to indicate that it is it's AI content. But you're not penalized by Amazon if you do that. It just goes up as a regular book. So you're not doing anything wrong. But where's the money coming from? The money for an author comes from book sales. It comes from royalties, right? But that's got to assume that people will find your book in the first place. And then, two, be interested enough to read your book. Now, of course, ChatGPT has probably written your blurb. So, I mean, it'll be word perfect. You don't even have to worry about editing, do you? Because ChatGPT and things like that do really well about not having to worry about editing. So you're not going to have those issues. But I'm still wondering how it is that readers are going to find your book. Because have you done all the marketing for it? Have you promoted it in the right places? Have you talked about your writing process? Have you been upfront about the AI process? Because you only need to type in author drama on YouTube or TikTok to learn of the authors who are being caught and shamed for using AI in their work, for they leave in freaking prompts for AI or something like that. I don't know. But it's found out that they didn't actually write the books they wrote in the first place. But I'm still waiting to see where the money comes from. Because if you're a new author, then you know already that only half of the battle is done in getting the book finished, getting it edited, getting it polished, getting the decent cover, getting the decent blurb, and uploading it. That is only half the part of a writer's work. The other half is marketing it. And you have to market it to your target audience. Does the person who typed in the prompt to AI know what a target audience is? Does a person who typed in that prompt to AI know how to reach that audience? Have they asked ChatGPT? I don't know. But I do know that the competition in all genres now in fiction is so much higher than it was. I mean, Amazon literally has millions and millions of titles. There are hundreds of thousands of titles uploaded every single day. So if the AI author wants their book to be seen, then it has to be something unusual and interesting and good. And there's no guarantee with AI that it will be. There's one other little problem I've noticed too, which I haven't seen addressed on any other channel, but is one that I will notice here. A lot of readers these days are looking for more dystopian type stories. They are looking for more grit, dark romance is a thing, horror is a thing. Most of the decent AIs, the ones that can actually string a decent sentence together, they're all moderated. So you can't write smut, you can't write horror scenes, you can't write violence. It will come up and tell you, apparently, that you can't do it. So how are you going to make your book interesting to your readers? I don't know. I realize there are a lot of genres in fiction that don't require violence, smut, or anything else. Cozy mysteries is one I'm thinking of. But I was watching somebody on YouTube the other day doing actually writing a cozy mystery in an AI, and they were live streaming it, and that was fine. I watched because I wanted to see what the AI could do. And yeah, I haven't seen anything so repetitive in all my life. So I don't hold out a lot of hope at the moment that AI is able to write something that will really tug at a reader's heartstrings. But when it comes to the money-making side of things, it really infuriates me that so many of these gurus on YouTube, TikTok, and everywhere else are saying all you need to do is this and the money is going to come rolling in. Look, times are hard, really hard, and I know that. I've seen the changes in the last 11 years of my career, and even now I know, even with an established readership, that things are not easy for my readers out there. That whereas a book was something that they could buy once a month without giving it a second thought, now has to be carefully weighed up, like would they be better to buy a loaf of bread? I am well aware of that. And that is why I get annoyed with these gurus who tell you how much money they think that you can make with an AI book. Yes, you can make a living as an author who writes their own stories, or writes a story that is unique and comes from your heart and carries the depth of your world experience and your passion. That's what makes it wonderful. And yes, you can make a living from it, but you're not likely to make it on day one. If you follow tips about marketing, about pre-marketing, about joining on the author groups and all the things I discussed with you, you have a hope of starting to make sales when you become part of a community of readers who are interested in your genre. That is a totally different scenario than being part of a community that promotes well, AI can do it and we'll all make lots of money, telling everybody that AI can do it, because they're not making money off of their book sales. They're making money out of telling you that that's what you can do. I'm looking at this and I've talked for almost 15 minutes and I'm not actually sure what the point of this is. I just know that I was very angry that I continue to see these things come up on YouTube, and it's showing it to me because it knows I'm interested in reading and writing content. And apparently that's what YouTube thinks reading and writing content is. It's not. So I make a living, yes. And I've been doing that for 11 years. I can't guarantee that you will make it from day one, but I can guarantee you that if you've written an awesome story, if you've paid attention to editing, if you've got a genre-specific cover that is eye-catching and looks awesome and reflects the promise of your book, if you have talked about your book and you've joined the groups and you've put in the work, you will make money. And the more you write, the more money you will make. I wonder if the AI bros will be able to say the same, because another little issue that's happened with AI is that now it's starting to scrape its own content. And that is just, yeah, that is not working out. But anyway, if you've seen this video, then you know that I watched it back and thought, yeah, you know what, I'm going to put it out. And I know this isn't my normal content. If you want help learning how to write a book for yourself, then please drop your questions and comments down below and I will answer everyone. If you've got reservations about writing or you're not quite sure how to go about it, again, comment below or get in touch with me. I will help you all you can to try and write the story that comes from your heart, because I can guarantee you categorically that what you write from your heart is going to be far more readable than anything you generate from AI. And if you keep with it, you stick with it, you can make money from this, my friends. For those who are interested, I do long form content on Mondays and Thursdays. If you don't agree with what I say, comment about that as well. That's fine, because it's still engagement and that helps me with the YouTube algorithm. Why do I always fluck up on that word? But in the meantime, please keep writing, keep hoping, keep learning about your craft, and truly enjoy it for what it is, which is a beautiful expression of your inner thoughts, passions, desires, and everything else that goes into a beautifully person-written story. Until next time, my friends, keep writing. Catch you later.